It's time for wrestling news. And I happen to know that both of us was at the all-you-can-eat buffet at IHOP.
Man is evil, capable of nothing but destruction.
Wrestling News, Episode 39. Why the Heavy Blinking?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of Comic Book Man's Video Outhouse. Today, the WWE. And that means me, your humble host, Uncle Peter, and he,
Bo.
the Minister of Information,
How you doing, kids?
Bo. And we are where we always are for this nonsense, right next to the corner of 111th and Kedzie at Alternate Reality Incorporated, that comic book oasis in the cultural desert that is the Mount Greenwood section of Chicago. Alternate Reality Incorporated, where every day is open, you can come in and get your new books for 15% off. Why he keeps doing this, I don't know. We've tried interventions. Electroshock doesn't work.
Because I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Completely off his onion. And so before he comes to his senses, get on down here and load up while there's still 15% off.
Well, not now. We're closed.
Yeah, don't do it now, and don't do it. Just do it later. But do it sober, unlike Carlito from the WWE, who's looking for work. Why is he looking for work?
Well, we told you in our previous segment that Carlito was cut from the WWE because
failing the wellness program.
Actually, he didn't fail the wellness program.
He didn't.
He showed up at the Raw in Toronto. He said he was unable to perform. They asked him to go to rehab. He said no. Now, his father, Carlos Colon Sr.,
a legend
in Puerto Rico, said that he was cut because he was abused to painkillers due to basically using the backstabber, which has him hit the ground, drop to his knees, and have big 300-pound guys dropping on his knees.
Wait. Didn't somebody tell him don't do that anymore for that very
it's a
reason?
Cool move.
It is, but you know.
Well, anyway,
it screws you up, and you have to go on painkillers, and you fail the wellness thing, and you get fired.
Well, actually, he said the family said if he does go to rehab, the WWE probably will hire him back. But then again, he doesn't want to go back anyway, so he made the decision.
Because he's an idiot. All right. Anyway,
speaking of idiots,
speaking of idiots, and continuing on with our injured wrestler motif, Randy Orton, that rocket scientist, is he hurt himself. He got boo-boo.
First, they thought that he separated his shoulder at the WWE the WWE last Over the Limit.
That's what they
match
thought.
With Edge, but actually, it was discovered that 2 days before this, he was playing pickup basketball in St. Louis. He tried to do a dunk, and that's how he first separated his shoulder. He was favoring the shoulder at the house show before the pay-per-view. At the pay-per-view, he really hurt it even some more.
What is this, Kareem Abdul-Orton?
He's trying.
Randy Abdul-Jabbar?
He's got a history of shoulder problems, and so this is something that happened.
So you naturally do the wise thing, which is try and slam dunk and screw
So
your shoulder up.
He's not going to have surgery unless he can avoid it. He's going to try to do physical therapy. If he can't go, he will be replaced at the WWE Fatal 4-Way match. Everyone was really, really depressed about this.
And people are having a lot of fun. Nobody's depressed.
One guy.
But only one guy's on record. One guy. Tell us who he is.
Ken Anderson wrote on his Twitter account, I have one thing to say. Mr. Kennedy!
That's him.
He said, I have one thing to say. Karma is an F-effer, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Just to show you in what high regard Mr. Orton is held amongst his peers.
By the way,
or ex-peers.
Orton wasn't the only guy who got screwed.
Yeah, Orton's not the only one on the DL.
Taker's out for a while because he's got a cracked orbital bone because he took Rey Mysterio's knee brace to his eye at a house show right after that. So he's going to be out for a while.
You think they get these moves down right?
Well, actually, for a while he did wrestle with a mask, so he may wrestle with a mask again. But Kane popped up on SmackDown and said he was in his comatose.
Well, anyway, that's a bunch of guys going on the shelf, but we've got some up and comers to replace them. Not really, but they're on their way anyway. NXT, is that next or just
that's
NXT?
Basically next.
Season 2.
The second and probably the final season of NXT
I know you're crushed. But, yes, it will.
Wade Barrett won the first season. The second season actually starts a couple days from after we tape this. Cody Rhodes is going to be coaching Husky Harris.
Who's
really Wyndham Rotunda, Mike Rotunda's kid, but they named him Husky Harris.
Yeah, which I think makes more sense than Wyndham.
Yeah.
He's not fat, he's husky.
Yeah, Dad had been teamed up with Barry Windham for a while. They must have been really close.
They must have been really friendly. Now,
tight, even.
Kofi Kingston is coaching Michael McGillicuddy, otherwise known as Joe Hennig. They said his name was, he's Kurt Hennig's kid, but he's still, they're going to call him Michael McGillicuddy.
With a name like Hennig, why don't you roll with it? Okay? Larry the Axe Hennig, legend. Kurt Hennig could have been a legend.
Joe, possible legend.
All right, so
And finally, the funniest one.
For the chicks.
Michelle McCool and Layla are coaching Caval. If you've watched Ring of Honor, if you saw TNA, that's low key.
Low key.
These two couldn't train this post right here how to wrestle, so that'll be pretty entertaining.
Yes,
teach him what to do.
Entertaining / nauseating.
Stupid.
Something that will not make you nauseous is JR, good old Jim Ross. Him of the barbecue fame and the WWE guru. What's he up to?
He hasn't left the WWE. He has not signed a contract, but he will still be working in the front office. He will also, his new non-contract allows him to write a book,
Cool.
do public speaking, and
Cool.
he can do any TV announcing that doesn't involve wrestling.
And he seems like a pretty decent guy, so that should be fun to watch. Something else that probably not be fun to watch if your last name is McMahon. The pigs have flown, hell is frozen solid, and Linda McMahon is, in fact, a serious contender for the United States Senate. Phil, take it. It's all yours.
She was picked by the Republican caucus in Connecticut to be the one to run for Christopher Dodd's old seat. This
Yes.
wasn't an election. This kind of like them meeting and hanging out and having a caucus. She beat a
just
guy
say-
named Rob Simmons who said he has no interest whatsoever in
not gonna
supporting
support
her.
her.
In fact, he said, if you call and ask me to support her, I will be mysteriously out of town.
Little bit of sore losership there, but what the hell? It's a
Now,
politician.
she is running against Democrat Richard Blumenthal, who had questions recently about whether he did or did not serve
Well,
in
there's no
Vietnam.
questions. He pretty much admit that he lied through the whole thing.
Well, actually...
And
the problem with the story was this. The stories about him not serving in Vietnam came from the McMahon campaign. It was a dirty trick. There were about 250 instances which he didn't say he was in Vietnam, and 2 in which he said he did,
Except,
and they picked that one. And so the folks of Connecticut basically said, we already know he didn't serve in Vietnam, and so the latest poll has Blumenthal ahead,
Whipping her ass anyway.
56% to 31%.
So, Vince, break out the checkbook and try to be a nicer guy because Linda's got a long way to go.
$16.5 million bucks.
16.5
election.
million bucks.
The election is in August, and apparently they said the more and more people learn about her, the less and less they want to vote for her.
We're getting the money out of politics, that's for sure. Anyway, speaking of getting out, it's time for us to get out of here. We've just about covered it for the day. He's saluting. Camera boy back there is actually saluting. Well, to you too. Anyway, to find out more about this stuff, all the gleanings of wisdom from this guy, go to our little stop out there in the World Wide Web, which a very petite young lady named Sarah is going to tell you about right now.
The usual. www.myalternatereality.com.
Never ceases to amaze me how well she does that. Okay, anyway, that's it for us. We're done. Uncle Peter.
Bo.
And until we meet again, see ya!
Marvel's rebooted the entire Avengers line, and to celebrate, the hero of the month this month is the Avengers! That's right, all my Avengers trade paperbacks are 25% off this month. New, Mighty, Initiative, West Coast, Masterworks, soft covers, hard covers, East Coast, West Coast, Justice League, no, not Justice League. All of my Avengers trade paperbacks are 25% off all month long to celebrate, so don't you dare miss it. Stop down. They'll be from the first of the month to the last of the month, all month long.